and we're on day 8. We're sharing our fasting adventure. We're not doctors. We're not giving you advice. We are sharing from our bodies, our minds, our hearts, and our spirits, our experience with what this has been like. And so we just go through this. Today, we're going to be quicker. And Thursday is our last day. And you know what? I'm in Denver that day.
Ooh.
Doing like a little training. I have to look at my timing. We might have to shift the time or something.
Okay.
Because that's our last day. I feel like after that, we should go dinner here, dinner there. Where are you eating? Who are you dining with? No, I really don't want to keep doing this. There's too many other things to do. Okay, how are you doing? How's your body?
My body is doing well. My back is a little bit tight right now. And that's because I feel guilty anytime I walk without my dog. When my
You
dog sees,
should. You should try to feel, you should feel guilty every opportunity you possibly can. No, but I totally get it. Like walks are for dogs.
and he
Silly.
looks at me and he's like, "What are you?" And he knows when I'm putting on my, like, he knows.
Of
And
course.
so it's very, so today I said, "Well, I am feeling so much better. You know, okay, I'm gonna take you." And everything had gone basically smooth. And he sees this dog on the end of our walk. And I'm telling you, he lunged and my whole body went, "Eek!" And I was like, "Ah!"
I think you need to just train your dog not to pull
I
on the
know.
leash.
Thank you. Yes.
Do you know you can have your dog off leash and he will probably behave better? Maybe that's not allowed in
It's well
LA.
that yeah, and you know how
They they
uh
they act so much better when they're not
I
on a
no,
leash.
seriously, there's dog leash laws and people are
Mm.
so litigious and look for it seems like any opportunity to. So, I'm just as a good measure, but he does do well off leash. I had him in Wyoming and took him on this amazing nature hike, and that's not what we're here for.
Wyoming?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff going on in Wyoming. That is like I'm on the almost the border of Wyoming, you know. And we're
Yeah.
seeing
Well,
like all these, they're killing the wolves in Wyoming, and we're trying to reintroduce them safely in Colorado. So there's this big thing because you can kill without a permit. You can still be the Wild West in Wyoming.
so yeah, we did this. Well, I won't get on it now, but we did this
We're talking about
amazing blues trip.
fasting. Mhm.
Huh? Yeah, we're talking about
Fasting.
fasting. Okay, so today we're on day 8, 80%. So yesterday I dressed so cute, right? It's almost like I just gotta really get into this whole thing. And then today I am like, I love my outfit. And my husband's like, you look super sexy. And I'm all, I know. But I did that on purpose for the
You
physical.
guys, we cannot guarantee these results for all people who get
No,
through 80% of their fast. Not everyone is going to
but
look cute and
in
dress
my
sexy. You
mind,
might be like me and have like for the first time wear like workout clothes all day, every day for 8 days and no makeup. You could turn out like me. So yeah, be forewarned.
genuinely felt like I need an extra boost. I need to, and I'm actually gonna embody this more often. But anyway,
Oh
and
my
I did good all day. I mean, physically wise. And then and Tuesday is my like, I'm in back to backs. And by 4 o'clock, I felt like my brain was on such overload. And then I thought, well, I'm going to try to take a 10-minute nap because so I don't know what it is about me. I'm not faking it when I come and I'm like, hey, but it's weird because not 20 minutes ago, I was like, okay, if I'm really honest, my husband said, "Hey, baby, you're whining. Like you've been whining now for 10 minutes." And I'm all, which
I
we
knew
haven't
there was
understood.
good reason to be married. I keep wondering. No, I'm sorry.
Well, we haven't understood
Sorry, kidding. Bad
because
jokes.
I don't ever think I'm whining, and my hubby does. And I said, okay, I really want to understand what you're hearing. So I asked him to bring it to my attention so that it's like a shared
I'm
agreement.
joking with you
But the thing
almost all the
is,
time. Just an advance warning. Almost always. I'm
no,
not
I love
really
it, but I
serious.
do want people to know this is an invitation. Like I've asked for this feedback on purpose, but I'm sharing it with all of you because I can look like everything's, hunky dory. Hey, rah, rah, rah. And so I'm just saying, look, 20 minutes ago, apparently I was whining. Other than that, I think I still keep, my mind is blown how
How's your
miraculous.
body though? How's your
That's my body check-in. I'm like, because I'm
oh,
saying physically, my energy, this is when it dropped. This is when my brain got super tired. Yeah, like, yeah.
okay,
So
yeah.
maybe I'm rambling about it, but oh, and I
Maybe.
did my exercise and I got that done. It was cold and windy here below, like 50 degrees or just below, and super windy. And I got my workout in the wind, and I feel good overall. I mean, my feeling
You
good
are
is more about what
spoiled,
I've
by the way.
done.
Here we go.
Yeah, what is it? I can't even see. Is it 5? Is that a 5?
Yes. I don't want you to be whining about this. I went on a 10-mile run. No, I'm kidding. I worked out at home. I didn't even go to the gym. I got dressed to go to the gym, but I didn't go to the gym. But I did work out at home
Usually getting dressed is what
with
get me out the
someone
door.
who is some Swedish, uh, gorgeous, YouTube hit girl and her friend. So I did I literally did a YouTube video, and then I bounced on my thing and I did planks and put
That's pretty cool because yesterday you said you wanted to do a hit workout.
every
Okay,
day, every day. I've got this is the physical thing. Well, go ahead and finish and then I'll
no,
tell
I
you.
was gonna say, how are you physically? So
I am I am frustrated that I haven't had like the weight loss results I wanted. I it's like my face is so, I mean, this is total vanity, people of the world, but I'm tired
vanity.
of my face being so like fat, and I just don't know why it's like that. So I think it's because that's what happens everywhere in your body when you might want to lose fat. So I think too it's going to be really important for me.
I just want you to know every time I look at you, I go, why is her face so fat? What's up with the fat face?
I
Oh,
know. And this is what everyone in the world, this is why I get like 10 to 30,000 text messages a day inquiring on this topic. It's kind of like the thing
no.
of the trending.
It's like we're all talking about it.
No, but it really does. Like, I just hate it. And just a lot of things. Okay. And my body isn't. So what I'm realizing is I'm really ready to get back to uh, a rhythm of, I need to be really good about eating and not all over the map like I have been for the last 9 months or so, which I'm just thinking about how I'm going to do that. So the consistency is really, really important for me. And I've been very consistent with weights, and I'm going to push that to a better, a more demanding level. And then I think what I really need to do, which is hard, I'm just going to add a little hit routine every day. That's not hard. Like I can do that for 20 minutes. I think that will make a difference. But I really should get my butt out of the house at about this time every day, go back to the gym in the dark, in the cold, in the ew, I don't feel like it, and just take whatever class they've got going on over there. a yoga class, or I need to be moving more.
Well, you're noticing that this time of the day is your most tempting part of
It's
the day.
horrible.
And
It's
so
really
that's just
horrible.
creating an action plan for yourself of like,
Mhm.
okay, when I know this is when I dip, so this is how I'm gonna plan for that, solve for that, whatever.
I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. Like, I'm not confident in my discipline around that. Um, I don't know. I'm really not. But if I can connect with someone see, I had this partner at the gym a couple years ago that made all the difference. And I was getting really great results because he had been a football coach at Stanford, and he
Oh,
was like
wow.
a super built, like, you know, but just a really sweet guy. And I just told him I was going through a really hard time at that time. He would text me every day and be, drop your shit, get your butt over, that kind of attitude. That's what I like, where it's like, cut your crap, like stop that bullshit thinking and get your butt over here. I'm already here. Like, I've been waiting for you for 10 minutes. And but he had a serious health issue. He can't even work out anymore. And now I don't know. I don't have any. Okay,
You
I'm
lost your
whining now.
buddy.
I need to get a friend at the gym. All I need to do is go to a damn class, introduce myself to the teacher, and say, I'm now coming to your class. And that would be enough for me
To
to
have
show
that.
up.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it yet. So I am going to do that. Okay, world.
When?
Um, Friday.
So what time? Like what, 6 o'clock
I
your
don't
time?
know. Don't push me. No,
I,
I
you
have to
like
keep
that
it
shit. I want a time because that ups your win.
accountability. Well, I
Yes.
have to look at the schedule and see what the classes are.
All right.
So I can let you know tomorrow, and I'll
By what
decide
time will you let me know?
when we meet tomorrow.
Okay, God.
Now you're being like snotty about it, but I will
I'm
let
not
you
being
know tomorrow.
snotty.
I will report. This is my schedule for next week. I'll be going to take blah, blah, blah each and every day. Plus, I'm paying a lot over there, and I don't really use it the way I should. But
So
they
you're
should
getting
really
the
update the outside and make it look prettier. So I want to go more.
come, Michelle. We look beautiful and we're inviting you. Oh, the other physical thing I would say, real fast, is I don't have any kind of brain fog. I guess I was expecting like, a superpower. I thought
Yeah.
my brain would be like, have some sort of creative explosion or something. And, tomorrow's a new day, but I was kind of thinking, hey.
You know what is really great though? Like, if you just think about, like you were talking about, all the invisible things that have happened. And
Absolutely.
that is something now it's really about not like just going and indulging in a bunch of crap. It's really like, how do I just eat for nourishment,
Hmm.
not, and stay there, which is
Yeah.
really the bottom line of it. It
Yeah.
can, and if it takes, like I was watching this thing about carnivore, this woman, I know that carnivore is a big controversial topic, but maybe we won't go there. Let's just move on.
Okay. How about we do, God, it felt like there was one other thing. It, it,
Emotions.
it does, yeah, emotionally. Emotionally, it's weird because this whole time I felt really good, but I
Mhm.
haven't had like a super high. I haven't had any lows. Like it feels very just stable. And, I think for me, one of the things is really celebrating, like just the fact that this is my first 10-day water fast. I think I told you that I've done 5 days, I've done 3 days, I did a 40-day juice fast, but this is my first ever 10-day water fast. And the fact that I'm doing it and I'm in it and right? Like there's so much to celebrate. So anyway, which also elevates my emotions. Oh, I know what it was on the physical. You suggested magnesium.
Mm,
I did it last night. I woke up, my mouth felt so good. Like I didn't even
mm.
wake up with like icky morning breath. I felt clean. I felt like it was really weird. And I had one little cottony mouth dip and I did a little magnesium, but I'll tell you, it made a huge difference. So on emotional, I'm just gonna say I'm stable. I feel good. It's almost like I'm on the hunt for something, and I'm like, why don't we just? Here's where I'm at. This is today. I feel at peace. I feel calm. I feel stable. I feel supported, and I feel super proud. Like I'm really like, I'll just say one thing that I'm very proud about, not
Mhm.
just in this. But I continue to put myself in uncomfortable situations as a lifestyle
Mm.
for the purpose of my evolution. And I think that rocks. And so I'm going to celebrate that too, because, well, I think it's a big deal.
That is, I love that you shared this. I agree that that is singularly the most significant thing. And I talk about it all the time. I know probably you do too, but it really is, it is a lifestyle, because when you can do that and realize when you're feeling traumatized by something or crushed, you don't go, you train yourself basically to move forward into it rather than
Yeah.
to contract.
Yeah.
And you just get the habit of every time, like every time I get frustrated in business or whatever, or feel concerned or scared or whatever, that is my go-to. Like, what can I do to make my body, to challenge my body? Because that allows me, it really is the vehicle for achieving what you need to next,
Yeah.
on
Well, and
whatever
even
level.
sometimes I put myself in situations that bring up a lot of emotions, but
Hmm.
even having the agency of saying, Lise, you put yourself here because you're committed to growth.
Hmm.
Like, and that just, it gives me that added level of support to work through whatever it is.
Exactly. I agree with you. I love that. That's really why we did this,
Yeah.
honestly. It's a, you know, we're challenging, constant
Hmm.
challenge. It's just
Hmm.
part of the lifestyle.
And it's exciting to me. It's not like, oh, everybody needs to do this. And if you don't do this, there's something wrong with you. No, but I do this because I love it.
And
And I
everyone
do this.
has, yeah, everyone has their own degree of what that means at whatever
Exactly.
point in
It
your
doesn't
life.
ever have to look like mine. Hmm.
Yeah, like we were talking in the room, I think today, about the clubhouse room,
Oh, yeah,
about
the
the
micro
little,
wins and stuff.
yes, micro wins. So that can be, sometimes that is the biggest win. And we talked about this yesterday as well. The getting out of bed, the making the bed, the brushing, like one,
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of thing. So
Yeah.
okay, so good, good,
Emotionally
good.
for you.
Um, I'm very in touch with a really good part of myself, actually. I don't know if it's a result of this experiment or not. Um, I'm having a lot of self-awareness around things. And so I'm in a place that I know is a power place for me, which is feeling kind of annoyed and irritated because um, I I have loops I want to close.
Okay.
And I recognize that this is a part of who I've always been, even as a child. It's a driver. It is the driver in me,
Hmm.
that often, so often, I would silence out of um, um, acquiescing to the norm, for love or acceptance or whatever. I think we all do that. But I'm really aware of how I have come full circle in my life. And I had this weird thing happen today that reconnected me with this individual that was a mentor in my life briefly. And I was reflecting on the fact that had I walked through that door that was offered to me, my life would have been a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
And how there was this area, that door is being opened to me again to basically step into exactly the same position I would have there, but from a perspective of having gone through everything I have. And that was really interesting to me, that these things would show up, not just one. I can't get into it right now, and nobody
Well,
really
I do want you,
about it,
if
but
you're willing, to just give one example because it so enriches the story. Just one example of how that irritability has shown up as the power place for you or right now. You know what I mean? So that we
it's
get a,
just like I knew, look, I made a lot of decisions like we all do. Uh, Um, I don't like to use the word right and wrong, but I don't know how else to say it.
okay,
I made the wrong decisions in a lot of respects
okay,
for the right reasons.
okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but I um I don't know. I have a real driver inside of me,
Mhm.
and I know how to use it better now. Um, I forget what the question was.
Well, I was just asking
Example.
for an example because you're like, yeah, I'm feeling in this power place. And you use two words, and I think irritable and annoyed. I'm irritated and annoyed, and I know it's a driver, and I want to close some loops. And I'm like, okay, that sounds all floaty. And I'm like,
Oh,
make
okay.
it
Well,
concrete.
okay. Concretely, well, just what I'm doing now. Okay.
Hmm.
I, I'm really working with, so there was a time when I had quit dancing. I had an opportunity. I had so many, I look back and I'm like, holy shit, how did I not see that? Right. But I had an opportunity to be given a business that I said no to. Um, I really was interested in high performance. Okay. From like what I wanted to do was take um, high performance in sports. I was interested in sports psychology and then apply that to business. So I walked away from a scholarship for a master's in that degree. And um, and then even then I started selling for these companies like the Pacific Institute and Success Motivation Institute. I was like selling and training and coaching for these within organizations, teaching them how to goal set and stuff like that. um, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was using their training materials, and it was super fun. And I didn't really realize, but anyway, that was the path I really wanted to go down. And then I met these people who did that, this particular few guys. And I wanted it so much. I wanted it so much. I can't even tell you. I knew I belonged on that stage with these people. I
Hmm.
knew I belonged helping. I knew it. I knew I should be doing that. And some stuff happened and I didn't do it. And so it was so weird. It was so weird that that person showed up on the internet today.
On two.
Yeah, I forgot. I know. And not only that, but a guy so that I used to train with when I was like really into this. Was like the first year they came out with, there were no certifications for personal training, right? But anyway, I met this hardcore guy that had this little tiny studio. And anyway, so yeah, it's flipping crazy. I can't go into the whole story, but the weird synchronicities around that. So I looked at that and I started watching a couple of his old videos, and I just was like, oh my God, why am I hesitating at all to go on full force? So I've got these 2 books that really just need to be edited. And I just keep I'm like, oh, it's just so much damn work. Why don't you just hire the damn VA? Quit doing all the shit. Like, just do the thing. You know what I mean? And I realized one thing that I realized emotionally too. We're going way off topic. This is more like a clubhouse conversation. But when you're looking at how your family influences you, what I learned in the last 24 hours is that it is not always about the big traumatic things. It's about like the tiniest subtle things that you cannot see about yourself. You just, it's like we said yesterday, the problem with your blind spots is you're blind in those spots. And the people that are the best at telling you about them are your children. So like we've had this conversation before, when you're able to listen to them, they'll tell you. And you don't really have to, like my kids don't really tell, like I have really amazing relationships, but my older son, he can tell me if I like, it's basically like pray about light, pray for light and you'll be given light. Okay. So, I'm just saying, I'm just having a lot of awareness about how I
think
can step into this person, that it's not over
I'm
yet.
getting it. Like you get this
You totally froze.
I saw it. I saw the unstable internet.
So the irritability is just the energy saying, flip and do it. Stop it,
Yeah.
And that is the same energy that comes like with like if I'm pushing on a barbell and it's like, one more, you got to go for that one more. It's the same energy. So I know it's a healthy drive. I know it's always been in me, but I also know every single time when I remember doing it on field day, holding back. So, my friend could pass me because she needed it. I just knew she needed it. I wanted to be nice.
Yeah. And now you are owning that energy as the fuel that helps Michelle become all that she.
And it has nothing to do with me. No, it's not to let me be me. It's like,
okay.
What it really is the women that I have met over the last month, they have to get this. They absolutely have to be, they have to see that they can absolutely do these things, that they're kind of like meandering around about it. And those days, like the opportunity is right now for every woman who is using the excuse of, I'm too old, it's too late, I made my decisions, I made my choice, I decided a long time ago. And I didn't think women were still doing that, and they are. And not only women who are 70, 60, 50, but women in their late 30s. I talked to someone today and she's like, I read this article that women really come into their own after they're 50. And I'm really hoping that's true because my husband doesn't want me to. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Stop. So I just know that I have to do this. Anyway, it's just what I need to do.
Yeah, so your irritability is fueling your mission
Hmm.
that gets you out there saying the time is now.
Yeah, that was very long-winded.
And well, I want to just and we'll wrap the we'll make the other part really brief, but Michelle, the mental clarity that I just witnessed,
Yeah.
like that's pretty rad and relates that you're like you're things have gotten crisper for you and your own opportunities circling back. How cool is that? Because it's a living metaphor of the
Hmm.
possibilities. It's like, well, I made my choices. I didn't, and here you are experiencing like a rebirth opportunity.
Every cliche is true. There is no closed opportunity. Like anything, I mean, even I know like my thing used to be, well, what about athletically or whatever? I could never actually go do that again. But it's all just bullshit. I mean, it may not show up in the way we think. Like, like I still love to dance. If I really, really wanted it, I could go do that, you know? But you can make things a part of your life in the way, in so many more ways than we think. We're just,
Exactly.
so yeah, anyway.
I
Yeah.
love it. I just it's like I'm like preach because you were right in your passion zone and I
Mhm.
felt it. So it's like and then spiritually I just know. In fact, it's again that thing of, am I just looking for problems? Because I feel so strengthened in my belief, in my faith, in my trust. And then I say to myself, but you could be evaluating more precisely. And I could, but that doesn't take away from this strong sense of I am standing in faith and I feel it in my bones. And I get to own that while choosing to do deeper business evaluations for my growth. But I'm setting it up as an either or,
Mm.
and it's a both and. I can feel,
Yes.
right? I get to feel the strength of my belief and I still get to evaluate, but it doesn't mean, and I think, I just got chills. I think I've been evaluating some aspects of my business and not evaluating others. And I think there's this little idea that if I evaluate it, it's going to take away the faith that I'm in. And so now right before your eyes,
Oh,
I get to
that's so
hold the both
interesting.
and. I know. So
And
now I've got a new
that
vigor.
I think that that is more common than people maybe are willing to acknowledge. The fact, I mean, everything that you're saying, and this is why I do think these conversations are beneficial, because we don't really speak about those things that we're not confident about. So when we that's what that courage part is, where you're willing to like grow through the conversation. I don't know why
Mm.
the hell we're doing it publicly, but here we are. Hopefully, like I keep saying, benefit someone, but you grow through. I mean, that's the discovery through it's that's what Socratic conversations are all. We're not really having
Yeah.
one of those, but you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
great for you, for congratulations, like that's
Well, the
courageous.
epiphany just happened.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Hmm.
ta-da! Oh, I've got an either or set up. So of course I'm not going to evaluate because I don't want my faith to go away. What bullshit is that? But it's okay. My brain was playing tricks on me. I just caught it. And now I get to
Yay.
go do the thing. How about you spiritually?
I think I shared that. I mean, it's the,
Well, yeah, that's part of that whole journey, right? Like you were really doing an integrated share of emotion and spirituality.
yeah, I mean, I have a pretty solid, um, spiritual practice, and I don't see any separation between all of it.
I agree.
It's all just different ways of saying the same thing.
Hmm.
And the more, I guess I feel just so grounded and confident in the ability to speak to that now. Whereas most of my life, I felt I had to hide all those things because I didn't fit in anywhere. And
Mm.
so many people say that, but everything is out there now. And it's really honestly probably the easiest time in the history that I've ever experienced for people to just talk about it, be it, although it's a bit ironic because it's also the most dangerous, where you can be judged and accused and publicly shamed or whatever, and hated and division and all that. But I just don't see it that way. I mean, this is my world. Love me or hate me, it's okay. i'm
Well,
nothing
I
i'm
just think,
nothing big, so it doesn't matter. There's a lot of safety in that. it, it,
well,
it's it's magical, truly.
and I think the people that get big are the ones that learn to really embody just who they are. And maybe that's not a truism for everyone, but here's what I'll say. I love allowing a fuller expression of myself, and I'm just growing more and more into that. But that's not just work I do for myself. I really do
Mm.
think no one's asking me for permission, but there's this silent way that we give each other permission. There's some people
Yes.
that repel it because they're not ready for their own expression, but then there's others that are like, hot damn. Wait, you mean I can go to the grocery store wearing a prom dress if I want to? I mean, I'm just making stuff up, but you know what I'm
No, that
saying.
would not be correct. I don't want you and you may not wear yoga pants. I remember when I was reading about, like, you cannot wear yoga pants or workout clothing to the grocery store. Stop doing that. And I was
Yeah.
like,
And I'm like, you
okay,
take your rules and you live by them
I like those
because
rules.
they're not my rules.
Yeah. I just want to be able to I don't even really hardly even go to the grocery store anymore. Do you?
I
You
know
do.
now so many people order them in. My
I
husband likes
sent
to do
my
the shopping.
son, he just does all the shopping. I don't do anything.
Because you do everything. All right, girlfriend, anything else before we sign off?
No, tomorrow is good, and I'll let you know about Thursday. And then,
Okay, can we just say we've got 2 days left? I mean, I'm holding up 4. We've got 2 days left. We are so on the downhill slide. I'm going to have to dress really awesome tomorrow, and I have no idea what to wear.
it's so interesting that you're in that direction. And this is the first time, I would say, like, even through COVID, when everyone was on lockdown, I got dressed every day. I mean, almost
Same
all
here.
the time, except now I'm wearing like workout clothes all the time.
Well,
But
I
it's
just feel
okay.
like
It's
I want to
also
support myself in that you got this because you rock this because I don't know what else to say.
good. No, everybody should do their thing, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but I'm just observing the difference. Like, I think I'm exactly where I need to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow, and maybe we can talk about
Tomorrow.
how you're planning to move into Friday.
Oh, I have plans. I've started dreaming about my Friday. I'm going to celebrate myself Friday. I'm going to be lavish and I can't wait to tell you what I'm going to eat.
Okay, you tell me. We'll check in tomorrow. We'll share that. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Ciao for now, and cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.